Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. We have a whole bunch of news stories to talk about. I've been offline for a couple of days this week. It was the Jewish New Year, but nothing's happened. Like really, the absence of news is incredible, considering that Jodie's final episode is maybe 2 weeks away. Like it could be October 16th. I mean, look at my calendar. 1 second. It could well be Sunday, October 16th. It's between the 16th and the 23rd. So we are we're about 3.5 weeks away from the latest transmission point, right? And there's no promotion. Zero. Nothing whatsoever. Radio Times are like looking for things desperately to write about Doctor Who. As most Doctor Who news channels are, myself included. Anyway, but we do have quite a lot of a few things back built up. One really bonkers story. It's not the headline story, but I found it absolutely fascinating. I really enjoyed that story. But I think, again, the headline story is there's no news. There is no story. Maybe by the time this goes out, there might be a trailer out. It's I'm recording this on Thursday, the 29th of September. So the first is what, Saturday, I think? Yeah, and again, nothing. We must get a trailer by this weekend, right? I mean, honestly, I think they haven't put a trailer out because it's got to look awful. I heard they put out a trailer for like an hour and then took it down, and people were telling me that Janet Fielding with a machine gun just looked stupid. Just looked really cringe and stupid. Oh, what a shock. I don't know. I'm very torn, right? I'm very torn. I don't like being mean to people. Actually, I'm not sure. I really do like being mean to people, but I don't like the reality of being mean to people. Look. Doing good things and bad things like this, okay? If you're doing a bad thing, normally it feels great at the time. It feels fantastic at the time, but afterwards you feel hollowed out, emptied. Normally doing good things, it feels terrible at the time. Oh, I gotta go and help at the soup kitchen bollocks or whatever you're doing, and then after you feel kind of full and happy with oneself. So that's kind of it. The way it breaks down like this: doing what you want or being who you want to be. Right? That's really the bottom line choice. So I'm kind of torn, right? I don't want to like rank on Chris Chibnall and the BBC, but at the same time, they've only got themselves to blame. I mean, really? I mean, what did you think would happen? Right? You commissioned this after 2 years of absolute failure, right? Of taking it from like one of the most successful TV shows to one of the least successful. It's very, very indicative of television of the day, as Doctor Who always is. And it's been such an absolute crushing failure, right? And then they said, you know what? We're going to do some more. and now they're like, oh, crap, we look like schmucks. You know why you look like schmucks, BBC? Because you are schmucks. I mean, overeducated idiots. That's really, I think, the blight of our day. Overeducated idiots, the expert class, who are always wrong about freaking everything, right? Absolutely always wrong about everything. And people worship, people in the expert class worship the expert class. They go, oh, we're so great. I think that's probably why they didn't like Brexit or Trump, because they're very populist, kind of lowbrow things, right? And they just don't want those things to be working, where they want their intelligentsia to be working. But it doesn't bloody work, right? It doesn't bloody work. Fine, before we get into the news, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. All those are very good, especially subscribe. I mean, YouTube, really? Look, we got this thing going on right now where this natural gas pipeline was blown up, probably by America. I mean, like, America's the one who really does well from that. And also, it feels like something that they would do to help them in the midterms, the Biden government. But this really does open the door to really much heavier conflict, right? If we're blowing up infrastructure. So listen, Russia, mate. Not that I'm a shill for Putin, of course, but if they were to take out Silicon Valley, obviously in a peaceful maze, but if they would take out YouTube, that'd be freaking awesome for me, right? Freaking awesome. We would all have to go over to Rumble at Oh Happy Day, right? On Rumble, I do much better than YouTube. YouTube, they have kept me throttled at just under 3,500 for like three to 6 months. It's absolutely crazy. Like if I had a normative algorithm, my channel would be about 30 to 50,000 right now, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's ridiculous. It's just, you know, I fall out on the wrong side of the algorithm. Talk about Doctor Bloody Who. You know, I'm sorry. The woman Doctor Who wasn't very good. It's not my bloody fault. I thought it'd be good, YouTube. There's no need to spike my bloody channel because of it. Anyway, if you hit the subscribe button, I think if I can get through 3,500, that might pop me through and like get me through to another part of the algorithm. But you all got to do it together. That's the thing. It just keeps me like getting closer and further away, closer, further away. Oh, it's like edging, but not in a good way. Yeah, I only found out what edging was recently. It was about a couple of months ago, right? And if you don't know, edging is prolonging an experience of masturbation by focusing on the edges, the sides of one's member rather than the top. I just thought that's the way you're supposed to do it, right? like, who's in a rush? You're like, it's like, I gotta knock one out. I only got a couple of minutes. I mean, like, this seems like a leisure activity to me, right? I don't know. You let me know in the comments. That's certainly gonna help my channel algorithm, isn't it? They're like, why are we getting all these pervy comments? What's going on with that? Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack, my email newsletter, sign up my paid Substack. My other email newsletter, the one that you pay for, I guess I have to send out some content on that by tomorrow, as the month is nearly over. You know, what can I do? So now's a good time to do it. Tomorrow will be today. By the time to do it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are fantastic. Let's get to the news, right? Let's have a look at the news. So for this story I'm actually covering in more detail on another video. It's going to go out next week on the life cycle of the female Doctor Who. It wasn't good. So Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who's Jodie Whittaker recalls filming her emotional regeneration. I'm surprised she can recall it so bloody long ago. Doctor Who star opened up about filming her emotional regeneration, saying, "Oh, Icky Thump, I just want to scissor one time. Oh, Icky Thump." Man, it will beat carrot juice as the last line, wouldn't it? Jodie Whittaker recalls how she felt. I don't give up how you felt. In fact, your job as an actor is to not let me know how you feel, but like make me believe you feel something else. But I guess that's a bit much to ask for, isn't it? Jodie Whittaker recalls filming her, how she felt filming her 13th Doctor. The emotional regeneration. Oh, Icky Thump is so emotional. During a final episode of Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker took on the role of the Wandering Time Lord in October 2018 and destroyed the show along with Chris Chibnall in The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Whittaker will leave the show, much less successful thing, alongside showrunner Chris Chibnall following the 90-minute episode that celebrates the BBC centenary. Neither of them mentioned what their next job is. Maybe they're just keeping it as a surprise for us. Right? It can't be that they're unemployed and unemployable now, right? That would be crazy. Whittaker's Doctor helped usher in a new era for the long-running sci-fi series. Yes, a new, deeply divisive and unpopular era. With new showrunner and lead, Whittaker's first Doctor Who season was intended to be a fresh start. It was a fresh start. Everybody said, fuck off, we don't want to go anywhere. This It was a bit of a fresh start for Doctor Who. For potential newcomers to the franchise. How'd that work out for you, Chrissy boy? How'd that work out? And the theory was okay, but the thing that you missed out was the stories you made were unwashable shit, right? So that probably where you fell down. We probably, when you're typing up your notes, say it must be so not to make it unwashable shit. Okay, that's probably what you should have done. But never mind. While featuring mostly new enemies, well, entirely new enemies until the Christmas one. Oh, not Christmas. Heaven forfend Christmas. Anything backward looking as Christmas. Anything happy. Like, nice as Christmas. No Christmas for you, mate. New Year's special. Revolution. Because we don't want to let anyone know the Daleks are in it. Because, people might watch it then. God, I hate this show. where focus on defining her doctor and companions. Wait, okay, 1 second. This doctor and these companions have no character whatsoever, right? We know Yaz is the best as ever and really wants to lick Jodie Whittaker's pussy. I mean, the doctor's pussy. Maybe she wants to lick Jodie Whittaker's pussy too. I don't know. Listen, live and let live, baby. But we don't really know anything about her other than she's like a bit of a misery to be around, and everybody says she's the best as ever, right? I mean, these are characters without any characteristics, right? So yeah, that's probably why it doesn't work very well. Fine, so they focus on that. Failed awfully. New enemies, unexplored historical settings. No, we've explored them all. You just did it badly. I mean, we didn't go to the fantasy world of in the 1950s America, where it's more racist than Germany in the 1930s. Really? Really? That's what you want to say, is it, BBC? Okay, okay. Well, you know, you want to watch out for those icky wasters everywhere. Right. However, Whittaker's tenure would also shift Doctor Who lore in her later seasons. It's called Second. With the mystery of the Timeless Child. The mystery is, how did that shit get made? Right, a storyline that revealed the Doctor was not born on Galileo and it had in fact been experimented on by Time Lords to create their regeneration abilities as well. The certain story decision. By the way, the rumor I have, and I tend to believe the rumor, is Russell Davies absolutely hates it, right? Absolutely detests it in every way. Because, you know, Russell Davies, if I'm going to use, like, you know, psychological language to describe him, and this is a bit technical, I understand, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit academic, but in the technical term for Russell Davies is he's woke as fuck, okay? He is woke as fuck, but that not notwithstanding, he still likes Doctor Who, and he still hates bad Doctor Who, right? Which is what this was. So I think it's going away. I really do. Storyline revealed the Doctor, blah blah blah. Had him while certain stories in the era met with mixed reactions. No, we universally hated it. It wasn't mixed at all. It was 90% hatred and 10% pretending to like it because it's the bestest ever. In the July 2021 announcement that of Whittaker's departure came as a surprise to many viewers. No, it didn't. Many viewers. It was announced in February. In the it wasn't a surprise to freaking anyone, right? Not a surprise to anyone at all. I mean, you know, anybody sentient and alive who was watching. In an interview with Empire, yeah, so this is the thing I'm going to go over in more detail on the other video. Whittaker promised that dedicated fans will be pleased with the final Doctor Who adventure. Why is she not in it? The Power of the Doctor. No, I can see there's a picture of her in it right now. Yeah, no, you're in it. I mean, like, if you're going to retcon it away and say, oh, this was all just a post-regenerative dream and it's all awful, and it wasn't real at all. Okay, fans would like that. If you want to retcon it out of existence, yes, that would be for the fans. Any more of this shit, it will be not for the fans. The star recalls her filming her regeneration, explaining Jodie's Chibnall's dialogue and the production crew's reactions led to an emotional reaction of, oh, Icky Thump, I'm filling up. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, Icky Thump. Check out Whittaker's full response below. It was one for the Whovians. Oh, God, I hate the way she says Whovians. It's a huge treat if you're a proper fan. Okay, if you're in it, it's not, okay? No. Why do you think that, you mad old cow, you mad middle-aged cow? I have no idea. It's got all the iconic things you associate with Doctor Who, like you, darling. This is what it is. It's shit storytelling, because Chris Chibnall can't write a story for Toffee. It's unbelievable. 2 nights ago, I did a review of, was it Can You Hear Me? Papa, can you hear me? Yeah, Can You Hear Me? It's an atrocious story because it's not a story, right? They don't know how to write stories. So it's going to be atrocious writing, handbrake turns, left, right, and center, mic drops, and tons of member berries. Everything to basically hide the fact that it's shit, right? And you really can't, right? You really genuinely can't. Yeah, I'd say I am really intrigued to see what's going to happen in these American midterms in a month or so, because the media generally is trying to hide how unbelievably awful the current administration is in America. I mean, these energy prices was all caused by Joe Biden, right? Everything was caused by Joe Biden. This stupid war in Ukraine. 100%. I mean, right? They had a truce they negotiated in February, and Biden apparently sent Boris Johnson. I mean, really, Boris? Right, Bojo, why do you do that? To keep the war going. That's why the energy prices are insane. I love the dialogue. Oh, fine. Hey, I love the dialogue Chris wrote for my regeneration. I said, oh, it keeps up. I'm gonna regenerate now, and I really do love Yaz. Oh, I want the scissor in the TARDIS. It captures my Doctor beautifully. It means it's shit, okay? It's simple, epic, and beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. When I could see the crew was happy with the last shot, that's when my bottom lip started going. I was like, whoa, they can't say they needed another take now because I've effing lost it. Darling, don't be dropping F-bombs, you silly cunt. I mean, really? Okay, I'm a reasonably dirty YouTube channel. I can get away with it. You are supposed to be a children's television icon. Right? Oh, I'm doing it for the little girls. I mean, really? You need to be of better character than that. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I lost it, I did. See, even when I'm doing Doctor Who, I don't want to say, the F word because it's wrong for the Doctor to do, or the person playing the Doctor to do. Yeah, how many times did wasn't it fun, right, when you heard Tom Baker outtakes, dropping F-bombs left, right, and center, because those were all kept hidden. The mind-melting lack of understanding of what Doctor Who is, it's just breathtaking. It really is. It's absolutely breathtaking. How will Jodie Whittaker's Doctor be remembered? Badly. Okay? Badly. How did it go? Not very well, I think is the answer. Not very well at all. As the first canonical female Doctor, finally, get out to canonical. I mean, I guess you got Doctor Unbound, and you got... what's it called again? Curse of the Fatal Death. Whittaker's casting broke new ground for the franchise. Yes, into the gutter, right? I mean, it put all the ratings into the gutter. Yeah, it didn't go very well at all. I think that until that point had always been led by white male actors. Ew, white males, worst things ever. Oh, we hate them. We like all the things the white males did, like Western civilization and freedom and we like them so much that we've forgotten that we like them. How important they are. So we said, oh, freedom of speech. Screw that. We don't need that anymore. No, nothing can go wrong with getting rid of that. Oh, look forward to 2023, mate. See what goes on there. The 13th Doctor did come with a fire from toxic trolls. Right, how is any criticism against her toxic trolls in Doctor Who fandom throughout her tenure? Oh, toxic trolls were the worst as ever. No, she made unwatchable shit. Unwatchable shit. Prior stars such as Sylvester McCoy and Chris Eccleston voiced their support. You also want to throw in Colin Baker, right? Colin Baker certainly voiced his support. Oh, she's so good, she's so great. So what is it you liked about her acting job she did, right? Yeah, I'm sure you saw every episode. What is it that you really liked about her acting that went on through her tenure? Tell me the first thing. Oh, she had a vagina. Yeah, that's basically it, mate. Okay, that was it. Where are we up to? I mean, again, who cared what adult pretenders do? I mean, Chris Rexon, I liked him as Doctor Who. I wouldn't take his advice on freaking anything. I mean, maybe acting, but anything else. And her debut season received the 5th overall highest viewership across the 11 seasons. That it wasn't even the best, was it? It had one of the best openers, had nearly 12 million. But then it crashed and burned because it was shit! Yeah, proving England isn't a bigoted country. is you just had to not make shit. Right? That was the bar. Not make unwatchable shit. But oh no! Oh, too much for you guys. Because we got a vagina. And that's all that matters. Whittaker's 30s doctor took step forwards in regards to the show's LGBTQ plus representation. Excuse me, mate. TNQ plus wasn't a thing. When Doctor Who returned, right? Everyone was fine with gay people, right? Everybody was 100% fine with, like, nobody cared who you slept with or what you did. Like, nobody. Literally nobody knew. Everybody, I guess there was some weirdos out there, but basically nobody, right? Nobody cared. But, I just don't think most people are on board for chemically castrating 12-year-olds, right? I just don't think most people are on board for double mastectomies, these life-altering surgeries for children who are below the age of consent, right? And that's going to be the next thing to go. So, oh, yes, we got so much more representation. Oh, that's so good. And frankly, Jodie's gay relationship with Yaz is pathetic, right? Absolutely pathetic. Shoehorned in, almost as shoehorned in as Yaz's mental health issues, right? With 2022 Easter special, Legend of the Sea Devils confirmed the Doctor's feelings for a companion Yaz. Oh, Yaz, I want to, but I'm too scared. I'm too scared to eat your pussy. Why? Because I'm scared, mate. Oh, I'm so scared because I'm not a fucking hero. With David Tennant returning Doctor Who to wash the disgusting taste that is Jodie Whittaker, out of Founder's mouth to lead the 6th anniversary celebrations into Ncuti Gatwa's take on the whole, which I am excited to look at. The future is clear once again. Yes, despite a lot of viewers having many things to look forward to in years to come, Jodie Whittaker's departure is promising to be an emotional but ambitious experience for audiences. Yes, an emotional but ambitious experience for audiences. That's an interesting way of saying shit. Whittaker's own feelings on her exit suggest good things for the episode. Well, that she's exiting, that is a good thing, I guess, but it probably won't be till the end. Between taking strides in terms of on-screen representation and forming genuine connection with fans, no, she hasn't. She's remained absolutely hermetically sealed away from fandom ever since her awful episodes aired. Do you remember? Oh, she was front and center in Comic-Con, right? Do you remember in the fashion show with was it Her Universe, wearing a stomping up and down? Oh, look at me! Oh, throw my head back! Oh, you got to go back and watch those. So much confidence, so much undeserved confidence in that. Jodie Whittaker will be cherished and vital incarnation of Doctor's long history. No, it's going to be forgotten forever. Forgotten forever. And her final moments are sure to be emotional for dedicated viewers of the show. We will be happy. I mean, yeah, there will be jubilation and joy, right? There will be, there is that. So let's have a quick look at this story about Ncuti Gatwa, talking about who's coming in. Ncuti Gatwa's like a thunderbolt in Doctor Who auditions, says Rossley Davis. Please release this audition on the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever when it comes out. We want to see it, right? The returning showrunner has spoken about the moment he chose Gatwa to be the next Doctor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Fady, whatever his name is, Fady, with the well-developed abs, right? While details about Ncuti Gatwa's take on the Doctor kept tightly under wraps. Well, not really. They're just trying to get the turgid mess that is the 60th, not the centenary special out of the way. Will we get a trailer at the end of it for Rossley D's one? Oh, I hope so. Which would be far more exciting than the episode. New showrunner Rossley Davis has shed more. I bet we will, right? I bet we will. So on Sex Education's star audition for the iconic role, the returning Doctor Who boss, who will be at the helm of the 60th anniversary celebrations, told Time magazine about the moment he chose Gatwa to be next Doctor, describing the star as a thunderbolt in this audition. Okay. Writing a tribute in Time to Gatwa, who has been honoured in the magazine's was it 100 Next list. Oh, I got to try and pull that for my live stream. said that Gatwa's role as Eric Effiong on Netflix Sex Education sent him soaring around the world. I haven't seen it, but it's not really for me. I'd watch him on screen, I thought. I thought about, I had a measure of him until he walked into the room as, for the Doctor Who edition. Bang! Thunderbolt. Yeah, he said he didn't really know what he was going to do with it, right? It was just, he's a black guy. I guess we'll see him. He's popular. And bear in mind, for UK TV, the part of the Doctor is the crown jewels. It's the history, it's tradition. And oh, sod that! I said, and threw it at him. He continued. He conquered the world. Now all of time and space. Sharing Davis' hit tribute on Instagram, Gatwa thanked Time and Davis and said, "Your words are a constant blessing in my life, it seems." Yes, mate. Really? Yeah, having Rusty Davis heap praise on you, that's a good thing, right? That's like you should be happy about. Which Davis is replying, Time Lord. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Time period Lord. There's still one episode to go, blah, 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 leave us alone. We don't want to know. We don't want to know. So, speaking of not wanting to know, this story is bonkers, McBonk. Like, why is there a Trump video playing? Really? Because like the Independent and he's so weak. They got worse, right? They got more bonkers, right? They've totally got more bonkers. Woman who says vintage Doctor Who is ruining a relationship, told to flee. Give this woman an award and a more aware boyfriend. So what is this story about, right? How do I get rid of this bloody video? Close. Leave me alone. A woman who claims her boyfriend insisted on watching vintage Doctor Who is ruining the relationship. Has been advised to run from the hills. Well, a bit harsh. Well, let's see what the story is, right? It does seem a bit harsh, but let's see what he wants to say. I mean, honestly, you just got to accept that you and your spouse will often have different tastes, right? My wife, I don't really like the show she watches because she's a girl, right? And girls like girly things, generally speaking. I like weird contemplative things. I like things that you have to work on and you have to think about. And my wife hates that, right? Absolutely hates it. Right now she's watching... What was it? That's it. She only ever watches one show at a time. She finds a show that has a few seasons and then binge watch it. But the trouble is, if it's got like 8 seasons, that's the only thing I hear when I walk around TV that she's watching it. So she's watching Castle right now. I told her she should go for the Rookie when that's done. But it makes me hate the shows that she watches because that's the only thing she watches. Right? But yeah, the idea is this: you don't have to like the things each other like. I mean, if you can go to a movie and get a movie that you don't mind, that's why the MCU used to be good, right? You used to be able to go and everybody would enjoy it. Now it's just garbage, right? It's just this garbage content filler. In a Reddit post filed under relationship advice, a woman explains how when she and her boyfriend first got together, he insisted she watch all of classic Doctor Who episodes in order, starting with the original Doctor, William Hartnell. Blimey. Okay, that is not... What? It's a bad idea. Don't get me wrong. I like Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who a lot. Are you out of your fucking mind, mate? What? That's a bad idea. What? So what happens? She writes... It gets exhausting. My mind wanders and I'm supposed to pay attention. She fucking hates it. What's wrong with you? God, you're supposed to have sex with your wife, okay? Or your spouse. That's a joint activity. So despite going along with this wish, well, that's weird. I mean, look. How many episodes is that? That's like... I've seen them all. I've got them all. God, I mean, like, could you imagine when she got to, like, the really boring ones? What else when she got to Colin Baker? I don't know. I mean, I like Colin Baker, but it's a bit embarrassing for the normie. I mean, despite going along with all his wish, he has now said he wants to watch them all again. Fuck, what? The more I watch them, the more I'll like them. And it's hard to understand some episodes in the first time through. They need multiple repeat watchings to truly know what's going on. She doesn't like it, you idiot. In an effort to pacify him, fucking hell, really? You're the best girlfriend, and you sleep with him too. You're the best girlfriend ever, right? suggested watching some of the new series on Netflix. Well, actually, it's not a bad idea, right? Blasphemy, she writes. You would have thought I suggested we dye the dog's fur purple. Now, for his only birthday wish, he has requested she watch all episodes of Doctor Who again from the beginning. Okay, this is insane, okay? This is insane. He's taken to grinning like a madman at me when I roll over the first thing in the morning and says, saying, Doctor Who time? Is it Doctor Who time today? Oh, God. Darling, you've got to be able to do better. I'm sorry, this guy's a nutball. Absolutely terrifying, embarrassing all at once, she wrote one Twitter user. She needs to be 3 of this. I can't disagree. God's truth, sharing culture means a lot with your partner and can be one of the most rewarding parts of a relationship, but it has to be done in the spirit of having fun together. Exactly. Not you setting them homework and punishing them for not keeping up, wrote another, while a third accused Reddit user's boyfriend of being abusive. I mean, he is bonkers, right? I mean, he is totally bonkers. All I ask for my birthday is 350 hours of your time, wrote another one. Yes. I grew up obsessed with Doctor Who, and even I can't make it through a lot of the classic stuff anymore. Give this woman an award for and a more aware boyfriend. Yes, okay, I can't disagree, right? While the quality might initially be amusing, charities warn that applying pressure on someone in a relationship about how they spend time could fall under definition of coercive control. Oh, fuck off. Okay, listen. He's a dick. He's weird. He's socially awkward. And you need to get him to therapy, right? This is not normal, right? According to the womanize, blah, 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 person monitoring, blah, 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 making somebody do something they don't want to, blah, blah, blah. If one person birthday was to the fucking torch you, just run. Don't look back, keep running, one Twitter user said. Yeah, I do tend to agree, right? That's not good, right? That's not good. Okay, that's a weird story. That is a weird story. This is a surprising story. Stephen Moffat doubts Doctor Who return. It's quite recent for me. I mean, when did he leave? It was 2017. Yeah, I guess he's been gone in the insane woke times that we live in. The sci-fi drama's ex-showrunner says a reinvigorated Rusty Davies has produced fantastic new scripts. Oh, I can't wait to find out what he's doing. I mean, again, I'm hoping by November we're going to see a lot more, right? I mean, assuming that there's no nuclear war apocalypse before then, which looks like it could be. Former Doctor Who showrunner Stephen Moffat has suggested it's too soon for him to return to the series, even to write a sequel episode. I mean, if it is, it is. You know, he's like, if he's like, I need to move on, right? Earlier this year, Moffat told Radio Times he has no plans to follow Rusty Davies in one day returning to a showrunner role of Doctor Who sci-fi drama. I've done that, he said in April. I've done it, and I did it a lot. So no offense and no disrespect, and certainly no disdaining of the wonderful memories, but no. I will not be showrunning Doctor Who again. Don't blame you, right? You got nothing but stick when you did it. Listen, you weren't great. You weren't terrible. Some bits were great. Some bits were fantastic. But, like, the amount of shit you got while you were running Doctor Who, I can totally see it, right? I can totally see it. In a new interview to promote his upcoming thriller Inside Man, I got the first 2 episodes. I have to watch that. The BAFTA-winning writer again insisted that he has no desire to take up his old post again, admitting that he was tired and surviving episode to episode by the end of his original run. Still, you wrote that last Christmas special, which I liked a lot, right? And look at the shit you got for that. Poor Stephen Moffat. He just, all he ever gets is shit. I'm delighted Russell's taking over again. He said, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not lying. I'm thoroughly enjoying the more freedom, having more freedom than I had. I mean, I love the job to bits, but it was relentless. At the same time as Sherlock, yeah, and it showed, right? For a moment there, those those were the 2 shows that in that era that were massive. They were massive, They both needed to be thought about every single day. And by the time I did my 6th and last season of Doctor Who, which was beyond what I planned to do, I was surviving episode. I was very tired. I loved it. I loved every aspect of the job, but I will not be returning to it. I don't blame you. One rumor doing the round suggests that as anticipation for the 6th anniversary builds up, and nobody wants to think about the centenary special. Don't blame you. Was that Moffat might returning not a showrunner but a writer for hire, penning one or several episodes. Asked directly about this possibility, he suggested it was unlikely. Bit of a shame, but okay. See, Russell's always just got lots of new ideas going on. I think it's quite recent for me. Russell had a long gap. I mean, he has had an extra 5 years, and 5 years is a long time. And also, I think his partner passed away. Is that correct? I think his partner passed away, which is a life-changing thing. He's been to America, he's lived there, he's worked there, now he's back in Cardiff, I think. He's had a lot of life go on since his Doctor Who. He's had a very long gap, actually. All of me, and I was there for ages, and then Chris Chibnall, he had a massive long gap, and I think he's generally reinvigorated. I've read the scripts, and they're fantastic! I'm jealous, mate. For me, it feels like yesterday. It feels like I wrote Doctor Who. It feels like yesterday I wrote Doctor Who. It was announced back in September 21 that Davis, who had previously served as showrunner from 2001 to 2010, will be returning for the 60th anniversary. Though Moffat, who succeeded Davis from 2020 to 2017, is intending to eventually follow suit, he made it clear that he remains a loyal fan of the series. In fact, during filming of his new show, Inside Man, Moffat and series stars David Tennant talked about Doctor Who constantly, and even indulged a fan favourite pastime on set. We were both playing that game that where you slide the Doctor's faces. What? I don't know what that means. He was very excited when he finally managed to get Matt Smith, and at the second time he turned his face into Matt Smith. Okay. Inside Man, 4-part drama about Vicar, about David Tennant as Vicar who kidnapped someone, and death row inmate Sandy Tucci, who I think is kind of like the sleuth who solves the mystery. Now, David Tennant probably giving acting lessons to his family. This is a bit of a non-story, but quite good actually. House of Dragon as yet another star connected to Doctor Who. In the centenary 25th episode of Game of Thrones prequel series, series will see the debut of new actors as it does a time leap 10 years forward. Episode 6 was freaking off the charts awesome. It was fantastic, right? Olivia Cook now plays Queen Alicent Hightower, and Emily Carey and Emma Darcy will play taking over for Emma Darcy playing Princess Rhaenyra, previously played by so is it Emily Carey or Emma Darcy, played by Millie Cook, Paddy Considine, and likewise King Viserys and Queen Alicent's son Aegon Targaryen will now be played by an older actor, having been a toddler in episode 3 to 5. Now viewers will know that he's a young prince played by Ty Tennant, whose dad happens to be star David Tennant. Looks just like him, and actually pretty darn good actor in it, right? He had a couple of very good scenes. There was one scene where his mother tries to explain that his existence is a threat to the guy destined to be king. But yeah, I was really impressed, right? Talent runs in the family, right? Talent does indeed run the family. Stephen Moffat's doing the rounds promoting Inside Man. I'm more interested in the Peter Capaldi thing he's got coming out in a month's time, The Devil's Hour. So he says, former BBC showrunner Stephen Moffat says BBC will never be safe in the hands of the government. So what's your plan, Stephen, mate? What's your plan with this? Because it's state-funded TV. So it is in the hand. Do you want to make it private, or you want to make it state-funded but have the state have no control over it, right? Basically, you don't want them to be able to be told what to do, which is by anybody, and that's basically what we have for the last few years, which is why nobody watches it. They've destroyed it because they absolutely hate the audience, right? They do. They absolutely detest the audience, right? They look down on them. The 60-year-old screenwriter and we need to praise BBC Public Service for its role of speaking truth to power. No, they are the power, and they quash anybody speaking truth to them, right? Absolutely not. In Radio Times, is do I trust the BBC in the hands of the government? Well, okay, they're talking about the current Liz Truss government, which I feel so bad for her, right? I have no idea if she's any good or not, but boy, did she get shafted. She walked in like when things were about to implode, and it seems like they're about to implode by Bojo sucking Joe Biden's cock, right? I think that basically that's my little political take on it, which goes to show left or right wing means absolutely nothing, doesn't it? Do I try? No, I don't. The BBC quite rightly interrogates everybody. No, it doesn't. Doesn't interrogate itself, does it? Doesn't say, oh, EastEnders is unwatchable shit. Doctor Who, we burnt it to the ground. No, doesn't interrogate itself, does it? No, exactly. And then these checks and balances. If you put me in charge of the fates of television critics, I will probably have half of them shot. Well, okay. It's the job of the BBC to speak truth to power. They don't like you doing that, right? Speaking of somebody who has spoken truth to power, they don't like you doing it. Power freaks out when you do that. You can't, and the power I spoke truth to was a pathetically low level of power, right? They don't like it. You can't allow power to defund the truth. That's just not acceptable. Okay, BBC is not truth, and the problem is they believe they are truth. They believe they are total truth. They're not, right? They're not. Their weird ideas on ideology and gender are not popular and not accepted by the vast majority of people. It's a case of overeducated idiots, like lecturing you again. You would have to be an infant not to understand that there's nothing else like it. It will never be as safe in the hands of the government. So what's the plan then? Privatize it? What's your plan then? No, you just want a free ride. Bob had a long-standing relationship through the 90s. Not so much anymore now, working with Amazon. So new Culture Secretary Michelle Doolan said she will look round at the BBC's license fee in the round, but described herself as a long-term skeptic. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry. It has become outdated, and we love the BBC. I'm sorry. We absolutely love the BBC. The terrible job that they have done, right? I don't know why I got a big picture of Pornhubs coming up there, but okay. The terrible job that they probably get more views than BBC. That would be my guess. The terrible job that they have done is indicative that they are going to be defunded because everybody hates them. And the reason everybody hates them is because they hate everybody else. Yeah, all this like lovey mentality of you all like closing ranks that go, oh yes, we're all the best as ever, doesn't really work out for the best, does it? The BBC is a great national institution. It was, which makes a unique contribution to the UK, and we want it to have a successful future serving audiences. You know what? My idea for the BBC is this. Turn it into a YouTube-like streaming service, right? You put and have it as an app on that you can put on TVs and your phones and whatever. Stop paying Gary Linekers of the world and start and have an honest algorithm that judges people's success, right? Everything goes on user on user interaction. If you have a show that people like, it's promoted. You have a show that people isn't like, it's cancelled. It's that simple. Now, add into that a funding for non-commercial things like the arts and minority programming. Fine, yes, right? But the core of it needs to be able to connect to a fucking audience, which they can't do. Right? However, the BBC's funding model faces major challenges due to the way people consume media. No, they present the same way. They don't. They vomit out your lecturing shit, right? It's necessary to look at ways to ensure to make it sustainable in the long term. The way to make it sustainable in the long term is to not take a shit on your bloody audience, right? I'm sorry, this is not rocket science. This is quite bloody simple. But as I said, overeducated morons. That is the problem we've had with the world today. overeducated morons, this expert class, which are wrong universally about every fucking thing. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.